Jiro here for Umbra Games with a review of Sonic Generations, played on Xbox 360. Initial disclaimer, I was a Nintendo fanboy and actually owned a Sega Dreamcast, may it rest in peace, before I owned a Sega Genesis. I've dabbled a little in Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2 and some Sonic Spinball, and I finished Sonic Adventure on Dreamcast, but the series just never really truly got a hold of me. With the continued flood of Sonic iterations in the last 10 years, I'd heard that Generations was the best, so I decided to give the Blue Blur another shot. Sonic Generations, developed by Sonic Team and released in 2011, is a game celebrating the 20th year of the Sonic franchise. The game attempts to make a combination of the old school and more modern era gameplay. During a birthday party where I recognized maybe 3 of Sonic's friends, a monster appears and sucks all of his friends into glowing portals which end up being rips in the space-time continuum, allowing Sonic Team to reuse levels from the previous 20 years. The time distortion also brought 2 versions of Sonic and Tails together, one that is much less obnoxious and doesn't talk at all, and the other slightly more so. Each level must be completed as old school Sonic in a mostly 2-dimensional version of the stage, and then completed again as Act 2 as modern Sonic in a mostly 3-dimensional version. There are 9 levels total, taken from Sonic the Hedgehog all the way up to Sonic Colors. There are 5 red star rings in both versions of all stages that unlock art and music. Once both acts of the 3 stages in an area have been completed, 15 challenges become available, 5 for each stage, where you can go back into the level with special objectives like getting to the goal with bombs being thrown at you, or take out Sonic's ninja chameleon friend by shining spotlights on him to reveal him, and then spin jumping him. At least 1 challenge must be completed per stage in order to gain access to the boss every 3 stages. Additionally, there are Chaos Emeralds to find, having Sonic confront some of his old nemesis in order to obtain these to get to the final boss. The points Sonic accumulates through stage completions can be used to buy skills from the skill shop. You can also buy the original Sonic the Hedgehog from Sega Genesis with these points and have access to play the full game. Sonic Generations ended up taking me about 5 hours to get through, and honestly the entire journey was just littered with frustrations. I have a theory on Sonic level design. They couldn't figure out how to make well-designed levels, so they decided to speed up really bad game design to give the player the illusion of being really fast, which is cool. I mean, some of these cinematic level pieces look phenomenal, but guess what I did through this 1-minute scene? I just held down the X button the entire time. That's literally 1 minute of gameplay with no input except holding the X button. I had a couple moments where the camera had no idea what it was supposed to do, and I was forced to try and navigate while viewing the game through a chunk of highway. At one point I even fell through the world and ran while hidden for a while until being forced into oblivion and losing a life. And sure, I mean, all games have their glitches, but I just want to say this once again, this was 5 hours of gameplay. For those of you not familiar with standard Sonic life rings, you connect these golden rings as you go through a stage. When you get hit, most of your rings, even though I thought it used to be all, will explode from Sonic's body. As long as you have at least 1 ring, you won't lose a life from physical damage. After being hit, you have a few seconds to chase down and reacquire lost rings. I don't know how many times I lost my rings and I would have Sonic right on top of them, jumping just over them, yet it would not pick them up. And can someone tell me what they think charge hold means? To me, it's hold down the button to charge it, so that's what I tried, again and again. Frustrated, I finally just started smashing the button quickly, and what do you know, my rocket took off. One other gameplay aspect I really don't understand is the bouncing on enemies in a spin jump. So you can pretty much hit enemies in the side while spin jumping and you can take them out. There are little item boxes with rings and such in them, and you can spin jump on those as well to open them. You can bounce from enemy to enemy while in a spin jump, taking them out in quick succession. You can bounce from item box to enemy and take them out, but you can't jump from springboard to the top of an enemy's head because that will hurt you. I mean, it's not like I have a different button to initiate the spin, you just jump and it happens. The control in the 3D running segments as you go into the distance is pretty bad. This is amplified even more in the final battle, which I won't go into spoilers or show any gameplay from that, but they have you use the right and left bumpers to quickly move from lane to lane in these situations, mainly because the stick barely lets you react. Yet you need to navigate in between the preset lanes to grab rings and whatnot. I mean, if half your game is this super fast lane running, why would you not take the time to make it as fun and smooth as possible? Make the challenge be in what you have to dodge, not actually dodging itself. So I do see the appeal in the speed. I mean, there really aren't a whole lot of titles out there that make you feel as fast as Sonic the Hedgehog. On 360, this game looks great and really gives you that rush. I'm just not sure for me that I'm willing to sacrifice the solid gameplay of a platformer to obtain this feeling. Sonic has neatest looking moments when he's going full speed ahead through loops and corkscrews, but this only exhibits the game designer's ability to make a track, a virtual machine for a player to view while holding right, not accessing his or her skill. I remember feeling that when I used to play Sonic the Hedgehog on Sega Genesis as well. I mean, sure, the blast processing, that's not a thing by the way, was cool, but then when you have to slow down to do some actual platforming, the game just kind of degrades into an unenjoyable mess. So if this truly is the best of last generation Sonic, I'm not really sure how much I'm looking forward to trying some of the other titles, or hopefully they're only 5 hours long as well. Rated on my platformer scale, Sonic Generations ended up with a 45 out of 100, so just below average. This is Jiro for Umbra Games. Thanks for watching.